Do you agree with that concept? Lagos is a no man's land.
Yes, because...
So a few days back, the Bariga Local Council Development Area renamed the popular Charly Boy bus stop to Olamide Baddo bus stop. That's no longer news. And this was Charly Boy's initial reaction to that development.
Let's get your honest reaction now. How did you feel when you heard that Charly Boy bus stop had been renamed after Olamide? Was it a shock to you? Were you disappointed? Or did you feel something deeper?
How can I be disappointed? I can't be disappointed in any crap this government is pulling out and all the people that are in it. This is a gang of I don't know what. And it's a whole lot of BS. So it's a long time coming. I'm not surprised, but you know, I mean, I didn't feel either way. I mean, hey. You have Charly Boy bus stop, you don't have Charly Boy bus stop. I mean, are they giving me money? Am I collecting money from it? You know, apart from the fact that I lived there and I was useful to that community. It's all about legacy. So it's in the hearts of people. It's not something that is written on a wall.
But when asked to explain how Charly Boy bus stop became Charly Boy bus stop, this was his response.
There's been a lot of talk around how it came to be Charly Boy bus stop in the first place. And it wasn't official. It was the people that came together. But, I mean, you know this history better than anyone. How did Charly Boy bus stop become Charly Boy bus stop? So we understand the history behind all of this.
Well, once upon a time, I used to live in a bus stop, and that's because people who were in Bariga at the time felt it was just the right thing to do to name a bus stop after me, because honestly, I did contribute to that community. Both the military pensioners, the Okada riders, and anybody, any young person. I gave scholarships out and stuff like that. I don't really like to talk a lot about what I've done and what I haven't done, but you know, I tried for my community at the point of time I was there. Okay. I held sway, you know, so I guess because of all what I've done in the past for people, they just decided it was a cool idea, you know, naming the bus stop after me. And that's how it all started.
Do you remember what year this was named Charly Boy? Because that part of history is missing again. We don't document a lot of these things, and the conversation is really flying over some people's heads. Do you remember what year?
I remember vividly. It was after 1990, after my song 1990, which was a hit back in the days. And so about 91, 92.
But that account is now being disputed by no less a person than veteran actor Doyle, whom I understand is also a friend of Charly Boy. Writing on his Facebook page, Mr. Doyle said, "The bus stop was originally a different name. It was Charly Boy who put a sign there renaming it after himself. Even at the time, there was a ruckus before finally people just got used to it." So when I first saw that, I thought he was probably reporting what he had read or what he was told, until I came across this doubling down from him. Is it that everyone is totally bereft of reason? What in my post amounts to criticizing anyone or can be deemed to be ethnic baiting? I simply stated facts that I'm privy to. All this emotional hullabaloo is needless. None of you have the kind of relationship I have with Charles. I am an elder and I have a duty to speak the truth. I challenge you to read my post again and point out whatever opinion for good or bad that it contains. The bus stop was originally Second Pedro. Charles hoisted a sign and renamed it Charly Boy, something I know for a fact as a witness. The residents of the area protested, but later relented and life went on. Show me the criticism in all I just said. So in my opinion, only Charly Boy and those privy to the fact can respond to this. But I will say this, no matter how you dice it, the optics of this whole situation doesn't look good for those in authority in Lagos State. As a matter of fact, I think it puts Olamide in a very difficult position where it will now be tough for him to publicly accept or even comment on the honor. All because of what seems to be an agenda to honor to dishonor. Up to this very moment, nobody worthy of note in government has come out to clarify these issues. And this is really very unfortunate.
That Charly Boy bus stop will now be changed to Baddo bus stop. No more Charly Boy.
And that was why I was excited when I got the news flash that former governor of Lagos State, Babatunde Raji Fashola, has just spoken about the street renaming debate.
Dr. Ladipo Oluwole returned to Nigeria to become the first African medical officer of health in the Lagos colony. He pioneered school health services with school inspections and the vaccination of children in their schools, and started the first Nigerian School of Science, School of Hygiene at Yaba in Lagos in 1920. So that's the Ladipo Oluwole, but the records were kept where? In Glasgow, in Scotland. So those of us who drive through streets such as Ladipo Oluwole Street in Ikeja will probably now understand and contextualize the contributions of such a man and why it was considered such high honor to immortalize him by naming a street in his memory. End of quote, 2012. But it is perhaps instructive that we are discussing street naming and street unnaming, and I keep my gunpowder dry.
So I like Governor Fashola, but if we are being honest, he didn't frontally address the issue. And I don't think it's difficult to know why he's trying to tread carefully. And I guess it's the same reason Governor Sanwo-Olu has been noticeably quiet on the matter. But all these people can run as fast as their legs can carry them. But the inescapable truth is this. At some point, they will still have to answer some of the questions begging for answers. One of which is, what is the policy governing how streets are named and renamed in Lagos? Or in these local governments?
Olamide Adedeji.
And was that policy followed in the renaming of this bus stop? That can't be too much to ask, right? For instance, in many developed countries, an existing street may be renamed where it can be demonstrated the name is warranted and has support from some or all of the owners and occupants of property on the street to be renamed. This requires the submission of a formal letter outlining the rationale for the suggested name change along with the applicable fee. So to be clear, I am not in any way suggesting that those doing this renaming don't have the rights and powers to rename the bus stops. All I'm saying is, can they provide justification for their actions? Because if they don't, they can't honestly blame those who think this is politically motivated.
Do you agree with that concept, Lagos is a no man's land?
Yes, because this was our first capital, so it had people from different ethnic groups who made Lagos really bubble. So if you're looking at it from that perspective, yeah, it's just like America, the melting pot of all the, a lot of immigrant people. And now look at how Donald Trump is messing the whole thing up. Yeah. So yes, from that perspective, in terms of people coming together, it's really a no man's land. It's like New York. I think Lagos is like the New York of Nigeria.
No, sir. No, sir. No human habitation is ever a no man's land. And here is where we need to be very careful. And while it is true that there are several places in the world where various people lay claim to, owing to the fact that they are joint contributors to the character and wealth of that community, we must never forget to reference those that are indigenous to those communities.